Hare Krishna. If we don't marginalize the mind will marginalize us. When a person wants to speak something and say somebody else suddenly comes and starts speaking loudly and doesn't allow this person to speak, doesn't allow this person's voice to be heard, then it is said that this person was marginalized, put in the margin so that nobody saw. So in our life, we are the persons who are meant to make the decisions. We are meant to be choosing and deciding. But inside us is our mind, and this mind is so forceful that it can marginalize us. That means we make a resolution. Say, I am going to do this particular activity. I am going to eat healthy food. I am going to wake up early. I am going to study the Bhagavad Gita regularly. I am going to exercise regularly. We make such resolutions, but when we are going to execute them, suddenly the mind starts speaking, hey, come on, this is too much trouble. What difference does it make if you don't do it? Things will just go on. Why are you troubling yourself so much? And the mind starts suggesting, and then it starts screaming, too much trouble, give it up, give it up. Come on, indulge in that, enjoy that. And then if the more we listen to it, the more louder it starts speaking. And then it takes over our life. And the mind makes us do the things which it wants to do. And then after that we wonder, what happened? Why did I do that? What happened to my resolution? Actually, we let the mind take our consciousness over. That was our mistake. The Bhagavad Gita states that we need to always observe our mind and then make sure that it works for us, for elevating us, and not against us for degrading us. So if we know a particular member in a meeting is disruptive, then as soon as that person starts speaking, we have to evaluate what that person is speaking, and if that contribution is not constructive but destructive, immediately in the beginning only we have to silence that person. The more that person is allowed to speak, the more they will take over the meeting. So similarly, we need to be vigilant to observe what the mind is doing, and then as soon as we observe that the mind is becoming disruptive, we silence it. Sometimes the mind may come up with some constructive ideas also, but that's rare. And we need to be vigilant so that its disruptive or destructive ideas don't dominate our consciousness. So as soon as we find that it is becoming disruptive, we need to marginalize it. That means we don't let it speak. To the extent we hear what the mind is saying and we accept it, to that extent it will start speaking more and more and more, and it will mislead us. So we need to have our intelligence alert, by which we can evaluate what the mind is speaking and then decide when to hear it and when to neglect it. The Bhagavad Gita tells us in 6.5, Uddharedatmanatmanam natmanam avasadayet atmaiva yatmano bandhur atmaiva ripuratmanaha. And because the mind can be our enemy as well as our friend, we need to elevate ourselves with the mind and not degrade ourselves. So by remembering that if we don't marginalize the mind will marginalize us. By remembering this, we can be vigilant in the way we deal with our mind. Thank you. Hare Krishna.